John Sterling, voice of the Yankees, joining us on 104.5, The Team, your home for New York sports. And, John, you called me earlier and you told me that you have not yet heard your home run call. You asked me if we could play that for you. I want to play it for you right now, and then I want you to react. This happened last night. It felt like the world stopped when Derek Jeter was at the plate in the bottom of the ninth and on the very first pitch.
And the pitch is line.
Base hit, right field. Here comes Richardson. Here comes Marquega's throw. It's going to be not in time. Richardson scores on a base hit by Derek Jeter. Is that unbelievable, or is that unbelievable? Yankees win the ball game. Ball game over. Yankees win. The Yankees win.
What do you think, John, listening to that for the first time?
Why is that man screaming? That was, it's great for a broadcaster, first of all, but it's surreal. You almost don't believe that it actually happened. You mean that, first of all, you'd have to drink in, like the people did who were at the ballpark, this phenomenal love for Derek Jeter. I've never seen an athlete so celebrated. And the place is packed. It didn't rain, and it was supposed to rain. So somehow Yankee luck, or maybe George upstairs, took care of the weather. And the crowd was so responsive. And the first two guys for the Orioles hit home runs. And but Gardner singles, and then Jeter just misses a home run. Bang, one off the left center field wall. And so the game is tied. And Kuroda, after the first two batters, basically pitched a perfect game. One guy reached out an error. One guy had a base hit. And that's all through 8 innings. But with a 5-2 lead, Joe decided to let the closer close. And you know what happened. Jones hit a 2-run home run. And with 2 outs, Pierce hit a bases-empty home run. And then the Yankees put the go-ahead run, the winning run at second. And Jeter comes up with a base hit. Well, I mean, you couldn't produce that night again if you tried for about 100 years.
Derek Jeter last night saying that he got emotional. He went in the bathroom during the game and cried, said he almost cried on his way to the field. That's a side of him we've never seen before. What was your reaction when you heard how emotional he was last night?
It is. You're absolutely right. It's the first time that Derek let his emotions get to him. However, I mean, even though he's saying, well, I didn't want the ball hit to me and all, which I want to tell you a story, though. He knows it's his final moment. And I took my scorecard. I have very big scorecards, and I only use them for the individual series. And so I took my scorecard. I've done it a few times on big events with certain players. And I went to the back of the plane where Jeter sits. And I gave him the scorecard, and I said, you can have it framed. I said, you can't read it. I mean, because I write shorthand for a lot of names and things. I said, when you score a game, the only one who has to read it is you. And but I said, here, you can have it, and frame it or so. And he was very taken by it. And he said, thank you, John. He really, I mean, what he went through is, as far as the range of emotions at Yankee Stadium. First of all, it's been going on all year.
Right.
Susan and I have been choked up on a regular basis. Me on the road, because it's marvelous to see how his peers feel about him, and then how fans in other cities feel about him. I've never seen anything like it. And then to culminate last night, the rain to stay away, the game was phenomenal. Explosions in the first inning, nothing throughout the game, and the Yankees finally broke through. And they were helped by Baltimore's defense, which wasn't very good at the infield. And have it end that way. I mean, gee, what a night.
Is he a first ballot, all unanimous Hall of Famer? Is he going to be the first ever unanimous?
Joe Torre said something about Mo and Derek, and I wish I could quote it accurately, but there's never been a unanimous selection. It's as if some writers say, he's not going to get in on every vote. And how would you not vote for Jeter and Mariano? If only you could tell me, well, okay, you didn't vote for him. What's your rationale? And I don't think it's possible to have a rationale. They're both first ballot Hall of Famers, but I doubt they'll be unanimous. Someone will vote just for the power of not voting. So
that's just ridiculous, John, isn't it? I mean, that stinks. That's silly.
They're letting their personal philosophy get involved. You're electing a player. I wouldn't you love to know who would not vote for them?
We talked about that. Yeah,
that was ridiculous.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think it should be unanimous. If you're gonna, not pick the best, then you should tell us all. You should, be able to tell us who you're picking. I think that'd be the best way to go about it. That's a whole nother day, a whole nother conversation. John Sterling, voice of the Yankees on 104.5 The Team. John, thank you so much once again for just a wonderful season. All of our listeners here in the Capital Region have thoroughly enjoyed it. Of course, we wish you would be working through the postseason as well. We wish you were doing your job in October as well. But hey, it's been fun this year, and thanks again for joining us pretty much every other week. It means a lot to us and to our listeners.
Well, it's always my pleasure, and I thank you for your support. I wish we were playing in October too, but it wasn't meant to be. They just didn't score enough runs, and you don't have to have deep analysis into what went wrong with the Yankees. They just didn't score enough runs. Very un-Yankee-like. So they have to repair that in the off season. It'll be I think, a great off season. There'll be so much happening. The Yankees have so many decisions. I look for them to bounce back, because I think they're going to have outstanding pitching next year. And now I don't know if the Beltrons and the Teixeiras are going to come back and hit like they're supposed to. I hope so, but I think that pitching is going to be tremendous next year. So we'll see. Anyway, thank you very much.
Have a great offseason, John. We'll be in touch.
Thanks, John.
Thank you.